A state-of-the-art meat processing facility nears completion, real-time weather reporting to form part of Dominica's climate resilience project, and great local market potential for onion farmers exist. Welcome to this edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after this.
Did you know the Caribbean Court of Justice is two courts in one? The CCJ has two functions: an original jurisdiction, which deals with your right to move between CARICOM countries freely and your right to move your money and your business. This is the basis of the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, CSME, and the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, and an appellate jurisdiction to hear appeals from courts of those countries which decide to use it as their final court of appeal and no longer go to the Privy Council. All CARICOM member states who have signed the agreement establishing the CCJ are members of the CCJ.
A hydrometeorological network is being pursued for Dominica as part of the pilot program for climate resilience. This is the latest development in the implementation of the $38 million pilot program for climate resilience funded with assistance from the World Bank. A hydromet network uses remote field data collection and combines hydrologic and meteorologic monitoring stations. It then transmits that information via satellite or radio to provide real-time water management capability. A contract was awarded to Fred Ogden of Wyoming State University to undertake technical analysis of a national hydromet network, prepare instruments for such a network, and draft a framework for its use in Dominica.
What we're doing now, under this DVRP, is to undertake an assessment of the hydromet system in Dominica, because we have the various departments doing their own individual activity. Like Met Office is more aviation oriented. They are not properly properly housed. They need the proper housing and specialized equipment also. Then a proper distribution network has to be set up, and communication or transmission of data has to be set up. You have agriculture doing their own DOA scope, but forestry. Those are the principal users, but there is no standardized or uniform system.
GIS says the network will allow Dominica to give real-time weather reports.
A system that is, for instance, a system that's approaching Barbados or Antigua won't have the same impact as Dominica because of our terrain. Coupled with this, Dominica, because of our terrain, Dominica is being impacted significantly by what we call localized climate. And that's why sometimes we could see that there's heavy rain in one area, and 200 meters or a mile down the road, there's no rainfall whatsoever. Like for instance, see what happened to us on the December 2013, the trough system, how it impacted the southern part of Dominica as compared to the northern part of Dominica. So this system would enable us to see what's coming and to give a weather prediction within an hour or two, as compared we got to wait as compared to the system that exists now. We got to wait. We got to wait about more than 3 hours to understand what's happening. Like for instance, early warning systems, we're able to evacuate people very, very quickly because we understand exactly there's a system with a significant amount of rainfall that's going to impact us.
Mayor of the city of Roseau, Her Worship Irene John, says government's plans to upgrade the city is a welcome addition to her plans to improve the municipality. Government has begun the process of giving the city a complete facelift, starting with the Roseau River Promenade project. Other works around the city will include improvement to the road network, bridges, drainage, street lighting, and landscaping. In an exclusive interview with GIS News last week, the mayor said these plans complement her intentions for the city.
It it is going to help us tremendously, because then, I mean, before the question of the road improvement came on board, we too were making plans to rehabilitate some of the sidewalks and some of the gutters, and in certain areas to slab some of the gutters. So we too had our eyes on maybe not the project as it is now, but we had plans to develop, to develop the city.
She anticipates that these improvements will add value to the city, particularly its sanitation. She says the council is ready to work hand in hand with government during the upgrades. The much-anticipated abattoir is expected to open within 5 months. The Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drago, says poultry and pig farmers will soon be engaged to produce animals for the abattoir. The Honorable Minister was speaking on Focus on Government and Development radio program last Thursday.
The company building the facility OSG, they are preparing now to complete the management unit, the office unit. They will also be constructing a covering over the container structure that holds the abattoir. There is also going to be a training component for persons. This is part of the contract for the persons who will be working in the abattoir. That training component will soon come on stream. And there is also the component for the production of the pork and expansion of the pork and poultry sector in preparation for the abattoir.
Over $10 million has been invested to construct the facility. The abattoir, which is being built in the Layu Valley area, will have the capacity output of 4,000 birds and 50 pigs per day. The Ministry of Education has voiced its support for the establishment of the ICT Center for Excellence and Innovation at the Dominica State College campus. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Marcella Powell, says as a small island developing state, it is necessary to keep abreast of rapid global changes, complexities, and opportunities. Thus, the establishment of a Center of Excellence for Dominica is a step in the right direction.
We are aware of the work ethics of the Chinese in preparing the youth for academic excellence. The technological advancement of India in software application and development, and the explosive growth of Singapore's ICT sector after 50 years of independence. All these have been achieved through the intellectual capacity of their people through education. Dominica is no exception to this fundamental phenomenon, for we have produced prominent jurists, financial experts, and cultural icons as we utilize our God-given talents and academic excellence.
The Permanent Secretary represented the Honorable Minister for Education, Peter Seja, last Monday at a contract signing ceremony for the renovation and refurbishment of the new ICT Center. She says this move by government is a clear indication of its progressive vision to invest in its human resource for a better Dominica. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, qui a fait parole qui policiers étrangers administration Libre Parti Dominique, qui a bénéficié Dominicain. Honorable Skerritt fait parole celle-là pendant il délivre l'adresse en lecture pour observer la révolution masse de 13 grenades sa place lundi. Premier ministre Skerritt parlait aussi à ce topic révolution grenade et puis challenge policiers petit pays qui a développé. Honorable Skerritt mentionné décision gouvernement Dominique pour établir relations diplomatiques et puis People's Republic of China. Selon Honorable Skerritt, relation celle-là a mené autant de bénéfices par Dominique. Honorable Skerritt aussi mentionné gros bénéfices Dominique a tapé hard relation et puis Venezuela. Selon Premier ministre Skerritt, relation celle-là a concerné Dominique si arrangement pour Alba, bagaille qui aussi en bénéfice Dominique. Et aussi fait parole que Dominique déjà établi relation avec 94 pays depuis l'année 2000. En date nouvelle, membre parlement Cassebros, Honorable Johnson Drago, qui joint et puis constituent là pendant un town hall meeting jeudi.
Moi, décidé pour joindre toute ma constituency en l'occasion. Pour un meeting là qui Cassebros, avait moqué annoncé quitte nous que meeting ba mon Chuanto di pas ba mon groupe et puis ba mon Maïgo avait petit souffrir mais nous capons Cassebros pour moi parce que comme savent gouvernement à présent a implémenté un gros programme banana accompanying measures.
Honorable Drago fait parole qui attention qu'a mettre à ses habitants Cassebros.
Qui est bien important à implémenter un programme ça c'est planter Cassebros à sous irrigation project Cassebros. EU l'argent European Union yo pour mettre un système global ça ou irrigation project by farmers. Avait mise à nous en figue et banane. Nous pas ni figue et banane encore. Nous avons préparé pour nous ça. Oui, planter figue en bas, programme BAM là, Cassebros, Irrigation Project, Cassebros, Estate, et Mac pour ça. So, nous avons tout planter des messadiers, nous avons toute même communauté pour venir pour nous parler. Mais moi, les planter, venir pour nous savoir comment nous avons avantage, ces opportunités qu'il a. En bas, ça fait bam.
On a nouvelle, Miewozo a worship Iron John, qu'a fait parole qui City Council Wozo, peut-être qu'il n'y a mis des caméras en ville là, a de une manière pour arrêter moun si mes soldats en ville Wozo. Si l'homme est John, ça fait ça là, c'est un gros problème pour Council là. Il dit ça fait ça là, c'est plus responsabilité résident qui Council là qu'a plaidé ou là yon ni limitation. Mais elle a fait parole qui Council là qu'a travaillé bien raide combattre grand problème ça là. Quand même, mais à à ses résidents pour suivre la loi qui gouverne sur des ça Little Act à une manière adresser situation grave ça là. Finalement, le ministre de l'Éducation bien plaisir donation livre Canadian High Commission fait bayo et puis Alliance Française. High Commissioner His Excellency Richard Hanley fait présentation là pour Dominique qu'on pays a célébrer mois francophonie mois cela.
Nous tenions l'autre cérémonie là, commission Canada pour Dominica et banou livre français pour l'école. Moi ça nous a célébré francophonie moi avec une plaisir activité qu'à aller avec ça une activité les commissions banou livre ça là pour français programme.
Mais vous devez complémenter pour ça.
Oui, nous dit merci autant pour ça.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson, St. Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, a tip to introduce fresh air into your home.
If you can believe this, why can't you believe this?
Uncle tried to make me have sex.
Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
In the late 80s, NASA and the Associated Landscape Contractors of America studied houseplants as a way to purify the air in space facilities. They found several plants that filter out common volatile organic compounds. Lucky for us, the plants can also help clean indoor air on Earth, which is typically far more polluted than outdoor air. Other studies have since been published, further proving the science. Summarily, plants like aloe, spider plant, daisy, chrysanthemum, and others are good for more than just decoration. They contribute to good health. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.